This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, former Huntingburg Mayor Belcher seeking Democratic nomination for Jasper Mayor's office. Ware looking to continue on council. DuBois man rescued after driving SUV into high water. And on WJTS Inform, we speak with Kyle Rupert from the Jasper Arts Center. And on our Monday with the Mayor segment, we talk to DuBois County Commissioner Chad Blessinger. All to come on WJTS TV News. Good evening, I'm Jenna Schaffer with the WJTS News. A former mayor of Huntingburg, now living in Jasper, has announced his intentions to seek the same office in Jasper. In a release, 54-year-old Marvin Belcher announced his candidacy for the office of Jasper Mayor in the 2019 municipal elections. Belcher says he decided to run after speaking with family and friends who encouraged him to seek the Democrat Party nomination. In the release, Belcher called himself a blue-collar guy with a modest house in Jasper who wants to make the city a good place for his kids to live and raise their families. He cited the need for responsible spending of tax dollars on major building projects while focusing on the upkeep of the city's infrastructure, such as roads and sewers, as one of his reasons to seek the mayor's office. He called the Jasper Police and Fire Departments one of the community's best assets and says he wants to assure the city fully funds both to make sure Jasper maintains its status of one of the best cities to live in the state of Indiana. Belcher and his wife Heather live on the north side of Jasper, along with their daughter, a junior at Jasper High School. Two other children, a 20-year-old son who works at Jasper Engines and a 28-year-old daughter who works for the DuBois County Sheriff's Department. Both live in the Jasper community as well. They have one grandchild. Belcher and his wife are active in many local organizations as members of the VFW, the American Legion, and the Jasper Moose Lodge, as well as members of the Eagles Lodge of Huntingburg, where they also manage the facility. Belcher served as mayor of Huntingburg from 2008 to 2012. He feels his experience in running a city successfully, leaving office with a budget surplus and fully funded city improvement projects, gives him the advantage in the race for mayor. Belcher, in addition, has worked for more than 25 years in municipal government and wastewater management. He says when it comes to serving the public, he has done it, lived it, and knows how it works. The Belcher campaign will be making announcements in the next few days about his campaign manager and staff. Current Jasper Mayor Dean Vonderheide, who was appointed in December to finish the final year of former Mayor Terry Seitz's term, is seeking the Republican nomination for a full term. Huntingburg resident Tim Ware says he wants to continue to serve the city and has announced his plans to seek another term on the Huntingburg Common Council as an independent candidate for the council's at-large seat. Tim also serves as the council's president. He says he wants to continue to be an active part of growth and development of Huntingburg. Ware says he has learned a lot during this past term and says it's been an honor to serve. He says he wants to see current projects completed and feels he has a responsibility to the people of the community, something he takes very seriously. Ware added that it's not about the party, it's about the people. He says he's always had an open ear to the citizens and that his career had allowed him the flexibility to be able to have a dialogue with those he serves and investigates the concerns of citizens. Being involved in the Stellar Communities program, Tim has worked well alongside the other council members and has been taking strides to improving Huntingburg even more. Ware will represent the City Council on the city's Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee. His priorities for the next 4 years include improving roads and working hard to keep property taxes and utility bills as low as possible. Ware attended a meeting last fall in Illinois to learn about an opportunity to lower natural gas rates and subsequently recommended it to the council. The council approved the measure, resulting in lower rates starting in April. He supports using programs to attract housing developments and remains confident in the city's plans to lure a townhouse complex on Leland Drive and also an apartment complex on North Washington Street. Ware says he is pursuing businesses to fill the vacancy at the clinic by the hospital and finding property in town to add additional housing. Ware says he is supportive of all city departments, especially the police and fire departments. A 1982 graduate of Southridge High School, Ware earned a degree in aviation maintenance from Vincennes University in 1984 before continuing his education and pursuing his aviation career as a corporate pilot. He has been flying out of the Huntingburg Airport for the past 24 years, 19 of which for Kimball International. A lifelong member of St. Mary's Catholic Church, Ware served on the Huntingburg Girls Softball League Board of Directors for 14 years and the Friends of Raiders Softball Board for the past 14. He was also instrumental in the success of the Yes for Southridge referendum campaign and served on the Huntingburg Citizens Advisory Group. Tim and his wife Jackie have been married for 30 years. They have 2 daughters and a grandson. Ware thanked everyone for their support and says he wants to continue the successes of Huntingburg for current and future generations. A DuBois man had to be rescued from his sports utility vehicle after driving it into high water along a rural DuBois County roadway over the weekend. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says just before 7 a.m. Saturday, 54-year-old Richard Hawes of DuBois was traveling west along County Road 300 North, about 1,500 feet west of County Road 175 East in Marion Township, when deputies say he disregarded a high water sign, do not enter sign, and proceeded to drive his SUV into high water over 300 West. Police say Hawes' vehicle went off the south side of the roadway and into a deep ditch. They say Hawes exited his SUV and was standing in the cold water until units arrived. A deputy was able to navigate to where Hawes was stranded, while a first responder with the DuBois Volunteer Fire Department walked out to Hawes and was able to pull him over the hood of his vehicle and assist him into a deputy's truck. He was then taken to an awaiting ambulance where he was treated, then taken to Memorial Hospital in Jasper for exposure to the cold temperatures. Hawes' SUV was towed from the scene later in the afternoon after the water had receded from the roadway. He was cited for disregarding a traffic control device. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department was assisted at the scene by Indiana conservation officers, DuBois first responders, and Memorial Hospital Emergency Medical Services. Over 450 people gathered at the Huntingburg Events Center for the annual trivia night for the Teen Outback Saturday night. The Party Like It's 1999 team pulled off a dramatic win, defeating 57 other teams of 8. Categories ranged from the Disney movies to hairstyles and even beer tasting. Trivia Night is the Teen Outback's biggest fundraiser, with this year's event raising over $15,000. As the largest fundraiser for the Teen Outback, the money raised during Trivia Night will go to support the Huntingburg Youth Board and the Outback facility. As said before, the team of Party Like It's 1999 took the winning spot. Runner-up was the team of the Aristocrats, and third place went to Trivia Newton-Johns. Funds will be used to promote programs, games, equipment, and facilities. As a 501c3 charitable organization, the mission of the Huntingburg Youth Board is to serve the youth within the community through offering alcohol and drug-free programming, promoting healthy lifestyles through educational, recreational, and spiritual activities in a safe, modern, fully functional facility. A Washington bar owner has been arrested on charges of conducting illegal gambling and bookmaking at his business. After more than a 4-year-long investigation, officers from the Indiana Gaming Commission, the Indiana Excise Police, and State Police conducted a raid Wednesday at the Tuxedo Bar on Southeast 4th Street in Washington. Authorities arrested 59-year-old Roger Pageant of Washington on a warrant charging him with 4 counts of professional gambling. Pageant has posted a $5,000 bond. In a 16-page report, police outlined the details of the investigation, which began in March 2014, that includes specific bets and wagers, surveillance, trash pulls, and undercover officers. The National Weather Service confirmed that an EF1 tornado touched down shortly after 11 a.m. Thursday in Oakland City. They say the tornado produced winds of 110 miles an hour and traveled more than 2.5 miles. There were no injuries. A large metal storage building lost most of its roof at a golf course. Several apartment buildings suffered significant roof damage. A self-storage building near the apartments had partial roof damage. Additional homes had minor shingle damage. Several large trees were snapped and knocked over. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service had earlier confirmed an EF0 tornado with estimated wind speeds of 75 miles per hour touched down Thursday in the St. Thomas and Ban Mill Road area south of Vincennes. Jasper Memorial's Hospital and Healthcare Center recently added 2 new positions to offer more personal guidance for its breast cancer patients. Stephanie Allen is a new breast imaging navigator in the Women's Center, and Melissa Knust is a new oncology nurse navigator in the Lang Fuse Center. Together, they form Memorial Hospital's breast navigation services to help breast cancer patients and their families through the cancer journey. Navigators are healthcare professionals specially trained to coordinate the clinical, educational, and supportive needs patients may face with a cancer diagnosis. Being a navigator includes answering questions, communicating with healthcare providers to keep them informed of the patient's condition, and working with other professionals to ensure complete, compassionate care for the overall wellness of cancer patients. Allen is a graduate of Marian University with an associate's degree in applied science, radiology, and of Indiana Wesleyan with a bachelor's degree in business management. She has over 25 years of experience and has worked in all areas of breast imaging. Knust is a graduate of Vincennes University Jasper campus with an associate's degree in nursing and of Western Governors University with a bachelor's degree in nursing. She has been a nurse for 12 years and has worked at the Lang-Foos Cancer Center for 7 years. She is an oncology certified nurse. For more information on Memorial Hospital's breast navigation services, call the Women's Center at 812-996-8626. Stay tuned, weather, sports, and inform featuring Kyle Rupert. All still to come on 18 WJTS News.